Hey, buddy.
Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning.
Sorry, a little late.
It's all good. I've been having fun over here,
Playing the uke.
playing the uke, watching some Wings, old '90s sitcom. I've seen episodes of it, but I never saw a ton of it.
Yeah.
And somehow it came up into my brain recently, and I was like, I should check that out. I mean, I love like '90s sitcoms kind of stuff, and it's all revolves around airplanes and an airline.
Yeah.
So I've watched.
Like a small regional airport, right?
Yeah, out of Nantucket.
Yeah, cool. Nantucket.
Yeah, I've probably watched maybe 6 or 7 episodes now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm fully hooked.
I told you when I saw the logo, I think it came out, I think it was on the same time around like Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And for me, Wings is the show that was always on the TV whenever I would go to the dentist.
Yeah.
Or orthodontist specifically. Dr. Mardiga, the person that did my braces.
Yeah.
Just watching Wings. Like, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Nantucket is fun. You know, like so many of our shows are like Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, LA this, New York that, and a little bit of Miami sprinkled in there. And so it's like Quahog, Rhode Island, Nantucket, all these smaller places. I think it's funny when they do that.
Well, to be fair, a lot of the show so far does kind of take place in like Boston too, because like most of their flights are to and from Boston.
Okay.
But it's still the episode I just watched was a crossover with a couple characters from Cheers.
Cheers is the other show I was gonna say.
I don't remember their names, but like the two like guys that were always there, and they're like the comic relief. One of them was the Cliff, I think.
The post guy.
The post guy, and then the other like kind of bigger guy.
Bigger guy, yeah. I don't know their names either, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
But like the episode started with them like coming into the terminal, like arriving on a plane, like talking about going to Nantucket for fishing, and then they keep showing up in the episode places, just drinking beer at places.
Funny. Is there a live audience where you get to hear the crowd go? Ah!
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm enjoying it. It came onto my radar yesterday, and I texted Jerry. I was like, "Hey, would you want to watch this?" And he was like, "Absolutely not."
Absolutely not.
So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna watch it." But it made it 8 seasons, so it's got to be good.
Dang, that's a lot longer than I would have thought. And when I was thinking Cheers, I didn't say Cheers because I know Cheers like started in the late '80s.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was on for a while, so I thought that maybe it was earlier than this. But
This was like 90 to 98, I think.
mm-hmm.
So
if Wings went 8 seasons, Cheers must have gone like 20.
I don't know. I mean, let's see.
I bet it started earlier than I'm saying. I bet it wasn't 89. I bet it was like 84.
11 seasons of Cheers.
All right. When did it start?
82.
Cool.
Ended 93.
Oh, then it ended definitely earlier than I thought.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Our cases are kind of similar.
Yours is a lot more futuristic, cyber
Tactical.
something. I mean,
It's on stand.
it is on a stand. You had to get a new phone.
I had to get a new phone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how we ended the last podcast,
Cliffhanger.
which I didn't post until yesterday. Or, no, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
My fault.
Just while we were sitting here, it's, it's like how we all go. 1 minute it was there, and then 1 minute it wasn't. And,
Ashes to ashes.
couldn't get it to charge on a cord. Had a wireless charger, let it sit on there. Just never turned back on. It's just a brick. So, I don't know, we're in a day and age where just online and a matter of clicks and I'll pay for shipping, blah blah blah. It was it wasn't $200, even $150. I think it was between like $100 and $150.
Mm-hmm.
And then like an extra $4 on the phone bill for the next 3 years. Pretty sure that's right. And then like less than 48 hours later, phone in the mail, power it on. What's your email address? Da da da. What's your Google password? Da da da. All right, you're good. Used to be chaos.
Yeah.
Used to be a big deal when you
used to take days to get it just like you like it.
Yeah. And then down to downloading. And you got to tell it that you're cool to do this stuff, but downloaded all my apps. I still have to like sign into them, and that's bitten me sometimes because if it's something that goes to a web page, then I can autofill. But if it's just like put in your password in the app,
oh yeah,
I have to go remember what it was or reset it. We were over here Friday. Whenever we leave the house, I turn the AC off because it returns the house to temperature like pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So turned it off like by hand before I walked out the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I think we're like 15, 30 minutes from getting back to the house, I'll turn it back on. And I went to do that on my phone. It's like, damn it. Had to nudge Ash and be like, turn the AC back on.
Silly.
Yeah. But yeah, new phone, new case. Only thing is, the last case was silicone, so like if you would try to slide it on this, it wouldn't slide.
Mm-hmm.
And this does slide, and I have a glass office table upstairs, so it'll slide around sometimes. But all in all, new phone, happy about it. They have what phone is your phone?
7A.
Okay, they've got the fingerprint like on the screen. It's not like a separate sensor. You just put your finger on the screen. Bananas.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to do that.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I like my little case. I got a little OtterBox. It's not like the full blown OtterBox, but it's like the Traveler or something. And it's like two cases. It's like a rubbery, like squishy kind of one.
Nice.
Surrounded by like a hard one.
Yeah.
It has these guys on the back, so like it would slide, but these are like brakes for it, so like it won't slide around.
That's smart. I like that. Do you have the? Do you have a
Screen protector?
screen protector, like a separate film?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought about not doing it because it's like Gorilla Glass or whatever, but then everything I read said that quartz, which is sand basically,
Yeah.
can scratch the screen if it's like in your pocket or whatever. So I did that, and even that technology has changed because I just took the thing off and lined it up, and then I realized belatedly that there wasn't like a flat piece of plastic to like squish it down.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how am I supposed to? And then while I'm looking at it, thinking about it, it just starts. Yeah. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
The future is now. This is how seamless all of this is. I walk through the door, I hear bird noises downstairs, and you said that you have like nature stuff playing in the house.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I'm connected to the Wi-Fi and it remembers all the stuff. I can control it from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't turn it off. I like
Yeah.
it. I like walking around the house and it sounds like I'm walking through nature.
100% respect that. If Ash is out of the house or whatever, I've got music blasting. I've got like one of my portable Bluetooth speakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say music, it's probably almost always podcast, actually.
Silly. Well, that's cool. New phone. Hopefully you can make it a few years before you get a new one.
That last one was end of 2019 to...
I was gonna say, that was that last one, the one that you got when we were still both at Informatica and like you were like refusing to get a new phone.
Yep.
And then you finally were just you were so angry but you replaced it.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the one. Similarly, Ash has been telling me I should have replaced the last one forever because you could get it to charge on cord, but you had to like get it in there just right. And more than once, like I go to bed like, so it's charging? Alright, it's charging. And then, I don't know, over the course of 6, 7, 8 hours, maybe I touch it and it stops charging and then my phone is not fully charged in the morning. That had happened a couple of times. And she's like, why do you even have the insurance if you don't use the insurance? And to me, the insurance is not to get a new phone. It's for like that time when you smash, lose, drown your phone.
Right. No, I mean, we're kind of similar with the phones. I mean, I think you have a much more like emotional connection to it.
Mm-hmm.
But the phone I got, like I only got this phone like a couple months ago, and the phone I had before that I got shortly before starting at Informatica, and so I had that for like 5 years, 6 years. So I too like I'm not one to just. I mean, probably 2 years before I actually replaced it, I probably should have, but I didn't because it was still working.
Yeah, it is. You said emotional, and at first I wanted to resist that, but I think there is something to that of the phone's. It's not the phone's fault. The phone's doing what the phone's supposed to do. It's just some part like. Don't shoot me in the head if like some part of me stops working.
Right.
But I'm still like doing all the thinking for you.
Well, I mean, I guess emotional, I really meant it more as like you just get really worked up thinking you have to replace something that still has use for.
Yeah. No, that I agree.
And I'm similar the same way. But then again, my phone too was the same way charging. Like I had to fiddle with it, just get it just right, and then if like you looked at it wrong, it would stop charging.
Yeah. If you try to Google like what that's about, everything is like, oh, you just got junk in there, you just got lint in there.
Well, that actually carried me for a few years because, like it would start happening, and then I'd get in there, clean it out real good, and then it would be working better, and it would prolong it. But again, I was on a 2 and then went to a 7 when there was already an 8, and now there's like a 9 coming out.
Right.
But I'm so glad that we're a Pixel family.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd do if I had to deal with an iPhone person.
Yeah, I get that there's non-iPhone that isn't Android Pixel, but gross. This is the way.
Yeah, I agree. Although, I don't know. I'm worried about the future. I don't know if... I mean, I guess it just depends on how much money Google can make from their phones, because like the statistics behind number of like young people and what kind of phones they use, it's like 80-90% iPhone. And then everything else is like within that last percentage.
Yeah.
Then it's like Samsung and then Google and then Ericsson or whatever.
Weird.
Yeah.
Just like...
And I mean, that's the thing, like, people say that they love Apple because it, like, all their Apple products connect to each other, and it's just so easy. Like, basically what you just said, you just had to type in your info and your phone was loaded up. Like, Google's the same way now.
Yeah,
like,
I'm connected to your speaker downstairs without even wanting to be. Intending to be, I guess is the right thing.
So that argument for iPhone people. And then for a long time, it was also the camera on the iPhones were better, which was true. But I'm pretty sure Google's cameras have gotten better. Like, I don't know if you've ever played with like all the settings in the camera, but they're wild. Like, I remember when my brother and I went to Disney last time. We were at a character breakfast, and I took a picture of him with a character. But there's this little kid doing little kid things, and it was in the frame. And, like, you literally can, like, tap on the kid and Google will remove it and, like, make it look like the kid was never there.
I don't know how I feel about doctoring reality like that, but it's cool that the processing power is there to do that.
I think it's okay in that kind of situation. Like, if you got a kid making a stupid face in your picture,
yeah,
just remove them.
I am sure that it is a net positive. Yeah. Even if one is not better than the other, I think the boundary of usefulness and the boundary of, like, how good does it need to be, where, like, this camera is some ridiculous megapixel amount that I was like, we're up to that many megapixels? And I'm like, I could have stopped, like, at half as many megapixels. Yeah. But we've aged. We've grown up with this stuff getting better and better to the point of, like, anything better than this is kind of silly overkill. That was like a decade ago.
Well, it's funny because like we have aged, but at the same time, like, and I know we've talked about this on here before, but smartphones like this have not been around for anything like about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not that old, but we've come such a long way. Like,
that's what I mean when I say we're old, is that we've seen so much.
yeah. I mean, I remember back when like the best camera on a phone was like 4 megapixels or something, and now like the front facing camera on these phones are like 8 or 12 or something, and it's ridiculous.
Kelly,
yeah,
we remember further back than that.
I mean, well, I'm talking in the smartphone era. Like, there's definitely pre-smartphone era that a lot of kids these days don't even know about.
They used to have so many numbers memorized.
Yeah.
I used to be proud of the piece of paper I had in my wallet that had like all the numbers in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had that too.
Yeah.
Like back when like I actually you had to use a map to know figure out how you get places.
Mm-hmm. I forget if our first computer in the house, maybe it was the second computer, that it was like 1 gig of memory.
I remember the very first computer.
Of storage, not like RAM.
Yeah. No, yeah, I remember the very first computer my family ever got. It was like $2,600 and it had like 1.2 gig.
$2,600.
Yeah.
Yeah. in the 1990s, early 2000s money.
Yeah. So that'd be like $10,000 today.
That's like a nice laptop and a huge TV today. And an HDMI cable to connect them.
What a world.
Indeed. Yeah, so the new phone is nice, and I mean, the thing I appreciate most is how seamless it was just setting it up. Last Saturday, I do these notes, and then we start talking, and I just forget about them. But I wanted to comment on this milestone all summer. Last Saturday was the first time I heard the percussion, the marching band getting ready at Pfluger Field or wherever they are that makes its way to our windows.
I mean, I can even hear some of that sometimes here, and I've been listening for it, but I haven't actually heard it yet.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you to tell me you've heard it.
Last Saturday. Mm-hmm. I'm hearing McAfee, the McAfee folks, we should talk about. But they're talking about, there's a nip in the air in the mornings, and I'm like, shut up, guys. It's still so hot here.
Yeah.
But it's, I think we had our hottest week. I think fever's broken. I think we're on the downslope.
I mean, it's kind of looking that way, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. But I remember, like, texting you guys in the group chat last week. It was like, looks like this is going to be the hottest day of the year. And then, like, the next 2 days were just a little hotter each day. And I was like, well, not going to say that kind of thing again.
It's not a straight downward slope to the bottom, you know? We're going to have some plateaus. We're going to have maybe some inches back up, but yeah, that's where I think we are. We had, we had Friday. It hadn't rained in so long, but then from inside heard what I assumed was the neighbor moving a trash can.
Yeah.
And then it happened again and louder, and it was thunder. And it wasn't, I don't think it produced any rain, but to me it was like the sky saying, like, I cannot hold this in any longer. It's just angry lightning and thunder.
No, I mean, I heard that stuff too, and then once I heard it, I was looking at the radar, trying to see what was going on. Mm-hmm. And it looked like there was a line of just, like, small, like, intense, but really small little storms popping up. And they're in the area, and they're close enough to where I could smell it. Like,
yeah.
Which that's also interesting, like, how I was reading recently about how humans have the ability to smell water from, like, 10 plus miles away.
Supposedly better than sharks can smell blood in the water.
I don't know if I've heard that, but
yeah.
I could see it.
Because you read something. I saw something on Facebook Reels.
All right, so yours is definitely true.
Should we Google it?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, keep talking.
But anyway, like I could smell it, and I was like, oh man, I really hope we get this, because like our grass is just starting to like turn, like starting to die, and I've been commenting all summer about how like a month ago in any other summer our grass would have just been totally fried, and it hasn't gotten to that point. And I was like, let's get it, like just a little shower, just something to give it a little bit of life, and it missed us completely. But I'm seeing on the forecast we might be getting some rain here in the next week. So
I saw Tuesday on like Friday. I don't know if it's changed by then. I mean, it should probably has. Do I know the?
Yes.
Humans have a better sense of smell for some things than sharks do, including the smell of rain and geoism. Rain. Humans can smell petrichor, the smell of wet earth after rain, better than sharks can smell blood and water. Humans can detect geosmin, the signature musk in rain, at concentrations as low as 100 parts per trillion, which is 200,000 times more sensitive than sharks' ability to smell blood and water. And this is just evolution. Humans are designed to smell water, and sharks are designed to smell blood.
I mean, that makes sense. Like, us finding water was
Pretty
probably pretty important at some point. But yeah, it's interesting, like, thinking about that. But anyway, now my forecast is saying every day for the next 10 days except today and Thursday has rain.
Hey.
I mean, it's all like 30 to 60%, so it's those kind that are just like, it's probably going to not happen, but...
Yeah, I got to bump them all down 30%, so the 30s aren't happening and the 60 might happen.
But, I mean, right now it's saying Monday, September 2nd, high's 89.
Right?
Oh, man. We're less than a month from actual start of fall.
One morning I'm going to walk out there and I'm going to feel that nip in the air and I'm just going to grow 3 inches and...
Go run them 5 miles.
Yeah. Yeah.
As one should.
I was going to add to that, but I shouldn't.
Roger.
Feats of strength, but definitely not. Anyways. We have a draft today.
We do. I feel very underprepared, but that's okay. That's usually when I do my best.
You can imagine I do not feel very unprepared. We're on the final drafts of the year for me. We've got this one today, and then 3 next Sunday, and that's it.
It's funny, like, today's my first draft of the year. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, it's winding down draft season. I got one today, I think one next Sunday evening.
To go along with ours in the afternoon?
Yes. My Michigan cousin texted me yesterday just checking, making sure I'm still going to play this year. And I was like, show.
Sweet.
Yep, so that's exciting. Today's the last day of preseason football.
Mm-hmm.
Official college football has started week 0 yesterday. Huge upset in the big game, premier start of the season game that they had in Ireland.
Ashton and I didn't watch the McAfee event until last night after the game yesterday had ended.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Saban called it,
Mm-hmm.
as he's wont to do.
Yep.
He wasn't surprised. He knows what's going on.
I mean, he's pretty smart. As much as I might not like him.
Ash is actively campaigning to get her clients into football.
I've seen some of her Instagram posts.
She was asking me at one point, what should she say about Nick Saban? And I was like, best football coach of the modern era. And then when McAfee was introducing him, said all the same things I said.
So how'd you feel about that McAfee episode?
I can't believe the Guinness is not a chugging beer. You just kept chugging them.
Yeah, he got drunk,
Mm-hmm.
and that was fun. I love that show.
Ash was like, if we had billions of dollars, wouldn't you go to see football like everywhere that they play it outside of the U.S.? And I was like, we'd definitely be going to Ireland like every other month.
Ireland seems so cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, like, I know where we are, where Ireland is and whatnot, but it just shocked me when they were like, yeah, it's in like the 50s and the 60s over here.
Yeah.
I was like, geez, Louise, it's still summer, guys.
Mm-hmm.
What? Why do I have to live somewhere that's just hell?
So hot. We set our ACs to what is hot to them.
Yeah. Like, I'll never forget a video I watched of Irish people. They went to Disney World, and they're, like, complaining about the heat, and they were dying, and, like, I did the conversion because they were talking in Celsius, and it was, like, 86. And I was like, oh, you poor fucks. But, yeah. It's just weird. The world is weird.
Last year I didn't send out the Fantasy, the Tyrannosaurus Rex souvenirs until the 28th. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to beat it by much this year because I did not get to send them out yesterday. Post office closes at noon.
Classic post office stuff.
But I got everything locked and loaded. I should have brought your poster over.
Yeah. That was pretty bad form on your part to not.
I was all discombobulated this morning.
Oh, yeah. Sleepy. Mr. Sleepyhead.
I actually had a fun dream. Not fun. I don't know why I said fun. I woke up at 7:30, and, it's Saturday night. We stayed up late. So I was like, I'm going to get more sleep. And I think that's when did I text you 9:30 this morning?
You texted me. We were gonna do 9:30 this morning, and that was at like 7:30.
Yeah, whenever I texted you, it was like when I woke up, and I was like, all right, go on back to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I dreamt that I was like a firefighter that had committed some crime. I don't think it was murder. I think it was like
arson?
Stealing something. No, I think it was theft. But something that I knew was wrong and felt bad about. And then, like, I had a chance to run, but then there was, like, I think a plane crash. Some kind of disaster where I was like, I guess that's what I'm doing. And then went and did that instead and saw the police coming to come arrest me. But I had to do the thing instead of the running away thing. I called Mom and apologized.
I don't have any dreams like that's. I don't know if that's healthy, bud. Like, I literally, like, very rarely will have, like, an upsetting dream. Almost all my dreams are positive.
Oh, yeah, no. I definitely have upsetting dreams. Part of the dream, too, I have an engagement ring, or, an engagement ring, a wedding band that has diamonds in it. Mm-hmm. And for the longest time, it's got 3 white diamonds, 3 black diamonds, and one of the white diamonds would fall out all the time. You have to take it to the place and, like, not lose that diamond and get it put back in. And then prior to deployment, or maybe even at the same time, got this ring with it's like the I used to know the name for it. I want to say tungsten carbide. It's supposed to be like indestructible, and then it's got a gold band in it. And this is what I wear all the time. But in that dream, I dreamt that the diamonds kept falling out of it. And, like, every time I would find one, like, another one would fall out. I was like, all right, just put it down somewhere. That was pretty stressful. But definitely the whole dream centered around, like, running away or not. And that I couldn't run away. Yeah. And then I woke up and it was like, whatever time it was when I was like, I'm sorry, dude, I slept through 2 alarms.
And that was like 9:30.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You made it.
And then I was 0% tired. Then I was like, I'm late. I'm gonna miss the bus.
Yeah, I've been up since about 6:54 because I had an alarm set for 7, and I always wake up a few minutes before my alarm goes off.
Yeah.
As one does.
That was what the situation was, too, when I texted you. I was gonna wake up at that time. I was like, nah.
Yep, I got some good flying in. Flew from JFK to a little place in Virginia, right next to the Kentucky-Tennessee border.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful country out there. I'm one flight away from finishing my current around-the-world flight.
I think we talked about it last time, going to Kentucky, and that was kind of an empty place for me.
Mm-hmm.
That region of the country.
You hit a lot of... I mean, it looks really pretty out there. Like, it's not super easy to get to. But yeah. So that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
You got about a 2-hour, 20-minute flight once you leave to get back here to Austin. And then I'll start up my most ambitious adventure that I've ever done in Flight Simulator.
Why? What's happening?
I'm going to fly to every single country in the world.
Pretty ambitious.
Yeah.
Bunch of little hops.
I,
Did the Pacific Island nation count?
yes.
Going by the Olympics?
Oh, I was mostly going by, I found a list of, like, I just searched for, like, the largest airports in in each country, in every country. And, there's, like, around 200, so. But I kind of already got my stuff mapped out. This is, like, I'm starting here, and these are all the countries in the order I'm gonna visit them. So, it's a lot of flying.
Sweet.
That'll be fun. I'm also starting up another hobby as well, because...
I just looked to my left.
Yeah.
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yep. Because while I do my flying, there's a lot of downtime, so why not do more aviation-themed stuff? And decided I'm going to get back into building model airplanes. So I got a model airplane kit that I ordered. Went to the hobby shop yesterday, got 2/3 of all the supplies I need. I wanted to go there first because, one, apparently it's cheaper to buy, like, in the store, like just a local, like, hobby shop.
As opposed to Amazon?
As opposed to Amazon. But I went there first to get everything that I could, like, see what they had, and get everything but everything they didn't have, then I had to go and order it. So now I've ordered everything else, so by next weekend I'll have everything I'll need to begin building my airplane.
Sweet.
And I'm really... I already want to buy another kit, a model airplane kit. Because I think it might take a while, because the place, like, I know which kit I want. There's only, like, one place on the internet that I can get it. And I think it's in the Ukraine.
Wow.
So it could take a while to get here.
Yeah, no shit.
It's like, the kit itself's like $45, and then the shipping's like $30. So it's like, oh, it's a lot. But, Viva Ukraine.
Slava Ukraine.
It's just interesting, like, the kind of airplanes, like, I don't want to build military airplanes. I know I was talking about this, I don't know if we talked about it on the episode last week, or...
I don't think we did. I think we talked about it when we came over.
Yeah, but, like, I don't want to build, like, war machines. I want to build nice, happy airplanes.
Learjets.
Well, this one's Learjet. The next one I want to get is a Gulfstream G550. That one, it's also... I don't know, like, my goal is to, like, build a bunch of them and, like, have them, like, put some shelves on the walls and display them and stuff.
Yeah.
But one fun thing is this airplane kit I have right now, its size is 1/72nd, like, scale, so it's 77 times smaller. But there's, like, a ton of model airplanes, like, that's a very common scale, 1/72nd. So, like, I'll be able to see, like, the different sizes, comparisons to the different airplanes. Like, this one, once you scale it down, when it's all built, it's gonna be about 9.5 inches long.
Cool.
But the next one, the G550, when that's built, it's gonna be like 16 inches long, and it's the same scale. So it's like, that's just how much bigger that plane is. I don't know. I'm such a nerd.
Gotta keep that, but now you're, like, committed to that scale.
I mean, to start, for some of them, I mean, there's some that I'm going to have to get different scales. Like, I want to do a 747 at some point, and that I don't think they have hit 71 to 72.
That'd be like 50?
Yeah, let's do some math here. First, we got to see...
I know it'd be a bigger number.
How long is a 747 800? 250 feet. So...
I had a really dumb number in my head.
Huh?
I had a really dumb number in my head.
What's that?
Nah, it's too dumb.
So that would be 42 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to a 9-inch airplane. 42, what's this? So like, that's probably 36. That's probably like 36, so... Like 42.
Neat in comparison, though, having that next to that.
But again, I don't even know where I'd put a plane that big.
Yeah.
Because it's not just this long. It's going to be like this wide, too.
Yeah, wingspan, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to convince Jared to start building models, too. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just... None of my hobbies are anything that any of y'all enjoy. And it happens. It's okay.
It's a big time ask.
I mean, it is. It is a very, like, single person with no real responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, a job where he only works... I only have to work 40 hours a week.
I like that you plan on doing it while you're, like, on autopilot in the sim.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's, like, being on the Starship Enterprise. You're like, I'm going to work on this sailboat in a bottle.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, a lot of the simming is downtime, so I'm always doing other things while I'm simming, watching Wings or other shows or YouTube videos or listening to books or, you know.
Yeah. We close out our nights doing stuff like that, where it's something on TV and then we're playing video games or doing draft prep. But for the most part, like being in the gym, it's a lot of activeness.
Mm-hmm.
And then I love, Ash wants to go bird watching like every day. And we're definitely going to do it today. Try to pump the brakes this last week because it was so insane temperature wise.
Yeah.
Still did it a couple times. But that's something where we'll go out the door like just 30 minutes and come back like an hour and a half later.
That's silly.
Yeah. So not a lot of... also not a hobby or interest that you can do two things at once.
Yeah. No, I just got to figure out the setup I'm going to need to have to work on it, because this desk area is kind of full.
Mm-hmm.
So I might need to get like another table like this, put it here. No, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely could tell that like I've aged and I've matured in a lot of ways in this current model airplane venture, because when I was a kid, when I'd go to the store and I'd get a model and I'd get a hobby knife and I'd get some glue and like that's all I would get, and like I could barely even wait to get home to like start working on it and building it. But now it's like I've had the plane for like 5 days. I got some tools yesterday, and I could start doing some stuff, but I'm like, we're gonna wait. We're gonna just savor, look at everything, wait till we have everything.
It is cool seeing the green mat or whatever that is with
Cutting mat.
Measurements on it.
Yeah.
Cool setup over there.
Yeah, that's so I don't cut through onto any surfaces when I'm using my knives to cut all the parts, because you gotta trim them and use a knife and stuff.
Maybe you could get Jared to do this in like Warhammer 40k miniatures.
So last weekend I convinced him to go to the hobby shop with me, because that's when I decided I was going to get back into this, and I wanted to go see what airplanes they had there. And they didn't have any civil airplanes. It was all just military. But he was looking around the store while we were there too, and I had a Batmobile model kit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, get your Batmobile. And then I even texted him yesterday. I was like, hey, I'm going to the hobby store. You want me to pick up the Batmobile for you? And he's like, I'm okay right now.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a lot of other things going on right now in his life and
getting ready for international travel.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Cool.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to buy like an airbrush paint system.
Yeah.
Eventually, to get the really good paint. And that's the thing. When I was a kid, like I sometimes but would paint a model, but like it was never good. Like I never knew how to do it right.
Yeah. Because it took patience, or
because of patience and because of just I had no access to the knowledge of how to do it properly.
Yeah.
Like I would see like paint on the shelf. Like I'm gonna grab this paint, even though it might have been for like metal or for
sure
wood, and I'm using it on plastic, and then I just grab a paintbrush. And I remember I did a car one time, and I painted the whole thing red, and I remember looking horrible. But now I'm like taking the time to do the research to like figure out how you're actually supposed to do stuff, and it seems like all the top modelers out there have a airbrush to do a lot of their painting. For this first one, I'm just gonna go with spray can, but depending on the outcome, I'd have to invest more.
Is this not little paints right there? Is it a little paint?
Yeah, those are little paints. Those are for smaller things. Like you don't airbrush everything. Like the airbrushing would be mostly like the big parts, like the body and the wings and stuff. But for like the cockpits and the wheels and everything else, you have to use a brush.
Gotcha.
But you get a big old, it's not big at all, but a spray can of white paint for the body and the wings of the planks. It's white.
Got it.
So yeah, we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah. That's about all I got. What else you got?
What are you doing the rest of the day?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I did all my family-oriented stuff yesterday, so I don't have to deal with them today. Jerry's out of town till tomorrow. I've got like 1.5 leftover pizzas. So I'm gonna have a day over here. I'm gonna do more flying. I'm gonna watch some more wings. I don't know, just live life.
Excellent.
Play the ukulele a little more.
Play the uke. It is nice coming up the stairs and hearing that.
I'm a big fan of nice sounds. When you walk in, hear some nice nature sounds, and then come upstairs, being serenaded by some ukin.
Word.
Speaking of ukin, have you ever played the card game Euchre?
No.
I haven't either. Kind of want to learn.
I've vaguely heard of it.
Does Ash play, like, would she play, like, a card game? Like, not poker, but, like, a card game? Do y'all ever talk about that? Have you ever done it?
No, I'm not talking about it, but yeah, presumably she would. She plays the tabletop games with us.
Yeah. I don't know. I think card games, we should... Pat and the boys were talking about card games. So we should play more card games. There's a lot of fun to be had with just a simple deck of cards.
I've thought about poker somewhat recently. And how it'd be nice to fall back into that for a bit again. Because we enjoyed it when we were in it.
Yeah.
I think we played since Sirocco with some shady characters.
I don't even remember.
I think we played with Jim and Nick long ago. Like 2013.
Like here in Austin?
Like at Sirocco, yeah. Nick,
I know. Wait, go ahead. We're gonna say.
I don't like to use last names.
Okay, Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
But then I was like, maybe he was gonna say Nick did or said something, which was highly possible.
He lived at those apartments that were the arts that were windows.
I wonder whatever happened to him.
Yeah.
I have a lot of theories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I barely, like, I vaguely remember what you're talking about, but, like, it's been so long. I mean, that's the thing, too. Like, I'd definitely play some poker, but I'm also, like, I want to learn some other games.
Yeah.
Like euchre. Gin rummy. I used to play that some.
Mm-hmm.
Spades. I like to learn how to play spades.
There's a lot of folks that if you're like, you only get to take one thing to this desert island, they're like, deck of cards.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You need to get into that.
Word.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. I'm gonna head back home. Sunday is squat day. I'm very much looking forward to this draft at 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I might do some mock drafts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have the number 1 pick of the draft, so like it's basically just drafts itself at that point.
Basically, yeah, Kelly. Sure does.
Hey.
No worries.
Say whatever you want to say. I don't care until I see your name on our trophy again.
I've said nothing but positive things.
I'll smack you in the mouth.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Alright, if you made it to the end, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, and happy football season.